The Patriots finished 12th out of 12. We'll make that our required reading for today, and here's part of it. New England lost several key starters, tackle Marcus Cannon, safety Patrick Chung, linebacker Dante Hightower, to opt-outs. And many evaluators have questions about whether Cam Newton still has it. If Belichick wins big with this team, an NFL personnel man said, he deserves even more credit. This is not a very talented offense. Whoever the quarterback is won't have an easy time. So again, 12th out of 12, say the evaluators. What say you, Jeff Saturday? Are you buying it?
Wishful thinking from the evaluators. No, I am not buying it. No, listen, I understand they lost a lot of talent. There's no doubt. The opt-outs we just made, I just made comment about that. We're talking about Fournette. But this team, not only do they make in-game adjustments as well as anybody, they understand they do not beat themselves. I am not sold all the way on the Bills. This is not a division that really scares me. They find ways to win. I like Cam Newton going over there. I do think it'll take him some time to get adjusted, obviously coming back from that injury. But with Josh McDaniels, Cam Newton, I believe this is still a playoff football team.
Okay, so Jeff Saturday, one vote for the Patriots. Greg McElroy, what's your vote?
I'm going to vote against Jeff. I look at the Bills, for instance, using them as an example within the division. I mean, we're talking about a year with so much uncertainty. And look how many pieces they bring back. They bring back 88% of their snaps from a year ago. And we talk about Cam Newton like he's all of a sudden going to come in and revitalize what this Patriot offense needed. Well, he's on the downside of his career. Josh Allen on the other side, who compares very favorably to Cam early in his career, is on the upswing. I think he had marked improvement last year. Expect that improvement to grow significantly heading into this upcoming year, and you look at the pieces around him. I think their trio of wide receivers are excellent with Brown, Beasley, and, of course, with what they bring back. I love Singletary and Stephon Diggs. I mean, I think the Bills, especially with an elite defense, have more pieces, more answers, more known commodities than the Patriots at this point when you take into account the opt-outs.
I'd feel a lot better about the Patriots, or a lot more certain about them, if not for all the opt-outs on the defensive side. They had the #1 defense in football last year, but they've lost almost 50% of those snaps based upon the opt-outs. Dan Graziano, what do you see in New England?
Much as I love McElroy's Josh Allen, Cam Newton comparison, I think that's a great one, honestly, especially you talk about early in their careers. I side with Jeff Saturday here, and for a couple of reasons. Number one, I can't shake this feeling that we're at the part of the horror movie where you think the villain is dead and you're starting to relax and exhale, and then he kind of jumps up one last time, and you have to shoot him one more time in order to survive. That's where I think we are with the Patriots right now. Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time. Coaching is about puzzle solving. This year is the biggest puzzle of all time because you don't know what you've had in terms of the offseason, and he's lost Tom Brady. I think he's embracing the challenge of this, and I just think he knows what he's doing to an extent that has been proven over time. I wouldn't be surprised to see them trade for a receiver, trade for somebody on defense, and we're sitting there going, how did the Patriots get that guy, like we do every single year? And remember, 14 playoff teams this year, not 12.
That's a good point there. Jeff, let me come back to you really quickly here, because so much of this will come down to Cam. I mean, Belichick's credentials are unquestioned. Everyone buys him, but he's not a magician. He's a great coach. So, Jeff, it's going to come down to just how good Cam is. How good do you expect him to be?
I think he'll be really – listen, you just heard Belichick. I mean, he gushed about Cam Newton and about how competitive he is and where he is in the locker room there early, leaves late, the whole thing everybody wants to hear about a quarterback. But I think Cam Newton has a chip on his shoulder. I think he's listening to the Gregs of the world, right? That he's on the downside of his career. Here's where he is. He's going to replace the quote greatest of all time quarterback. Can he bring anything to it? I think both these guys have a challenge before him. I think he'll meet the challenge. I think and listen, I don't think his dual threat days are over. I think Josh McDaniels, he and Josh McDaniels can come up with a package where he can still put it down and run. Now, again, they're going to have to protect him to a degree, but at the end of the day, Cam Newton still, in my opinion, has something he wants to prove and show the NFL what he's about.
Final word, Greg, go.
I think a lot of people are talking about, well, Josh McDaniels is going to revolutionize what they did in Carolina with option routes and crossing routes, getting guys in space. He's done it all before. The problem is he's not the most naturally accurate quarterback. So when we're talking about getting guys in space, getting guys moving, if they have to adjust their body just a little bit, that'll affect the yards after catch, which in turn would have a real negative effect on their explosive play capability there in New England. So I think Cam's going to have to be his best self to get this team to the playoffs. And given the health and the concerns there, I'm just not sure we're 100% going to get that.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.